Hi, it's Paul from Model Builder International. Don't forget, subscribe button's down there. You know what to do with it. You know what to do with the bell as well to get notified of all the future videos. Today we're looking at a new book from Kagero. This one is from their famous airplane series, the 10th in the series. This one's all about the Albatross D.III and D.V. Okay, let's have a look inside the book, see what we get. This is in the famous airplane series from Kagero, book number 5010. This is the 10th book in this series on the Albatross D.III D.V, First World War biplane, as you can see, by Kagero. Polish-English publication basically means the text is in both Polish and English. So let's see. There's essentially 4 parts to the book. First one, basically Albatross D1 to D5, a complete history, construction, development and so on. Photographs, text, things like that. And then we have 3 builds, a 148th Edward kit, a 132nd wingnut D5, and then a wingnut D5A. So it starts off with English down here, Polish on the right hand side, black and white photographs, and basically it starts off right at the beginning with where these aircraft came from and the development of them. Lots of photographs. There's Manfred von Richthofen, an early D.III, and it goes through the construction of them, the Navy ones that were built with floats on the bottom. A complete sort of background to them all, and the pitfalls of them, how they were produced, for who, things that went wrong, like bottom wings had a tendency to fall off at one point. There's a Navy one. Construction, and so on and so forth. The other thing I will say is the English translation is pretty good, but it does get a little odd in places, more like grammatical inaccuracies. It won't stop you working out what it is that they're saying and what the facts are, but sometimes you have to read a sentence twice just to get what they're actually saying, and that goes throughout the book as well. The Albatross in combat, in Polish Air Force. Nice one of an assembly line. And then on to, obviously here we're post First World War. Colours and designations. Basically the colours that came out, the factories. Some interesting photographs. And then endnotes, bibliography. And then a few line drawings. Then on to the first build, which is the Edward one. Basically each one goes into, they're longer and more detailed than you'd usually find in a, should we say, an online article, or say a typical magazine type article. Some online articles are pretty big, but so you get a bit more detail than you would normally. So this is the D.III, the 148 from Edward, and it goes through in quite a bit of detail describing exactly what they used, what paints, what techniques, all sorts of little ideas and bits and bobs in here that would be relevant to any biplane build. Any of these descriptions will help you out. Here's the 132nd Albatross D.V, and again quite a good description of exactly what techniques they're using, what paints, what tools, what other resources they're using. Nice big photographs to show you things. There's the engine. There's the engine when it's finished. Getting the wings right, rigging. There's quite a lot there on that one. And then the last one, the D.IV, done by a different modeler this time. So you get different, basically a different way of doing things to the same end result, a different paint scheme of course. So in all there's lots of information there on building biplanes. Simple diorama. And onto the plates at the end. Some nice colour plates. Let's publish one. There's a wooden one. German one. Interesting overspray over the German crosses. Post-war Polish one. Another one with a swastika on it. Obviously the swastika's been around, was used for hundreds, if not there, yeah, hundreds of years before Nazi Germany got a hold of it. And then the last one. Oh, and the one on the back. So, all in all, if you're building, especially an Albatross, but anything to do with biplanes, there's some good information in here. Notwithstanding, the English gets a little strange in places, but you can still work out what's going on. It's still a really good resource on building World War I biplanes in general, but especially the Albatross D.III and D.V. Many thanks to Kagero for sending it along for us to have a look at.